I know you see the title of the video and it's completely true. eBay definitely is not my full-time job anymore. And that's probably gonna start at the beginning of the next month. There's some changes coming and I will explain all that and more in this video. So what's up guys? Actually, I'm out here just really taking advantage of the weather and editing videos. And as I edit them videos and wait for them to download, I figured I would go ahead and just get this video out the way because it was something that I wanted to make. And sometimes I have a bad habit of wanting to be too, I don't want to use professional because my videos are far from professional, but sometimes I want to make sure that I'm in the right setting, make sure I'm in the, you know what I'm saying, in the basement, or it's not too noisy, or I'm not outside. But sometimes I just have to, like, whenever I feel like making the video, just make the video. There's a lot of things that need to change with me coming in the future, but let's go ahead and talk about eBay. As we all know, for the past few months, eBay hasn't been our best friend. Am I complaining about the sales on eBay? Absolutely not. I mean, I think you still can make good money on eBay. I'm still making money on eBay. Have my sales drastically dropped in the past few months? Maybe I shouldn't use the word drastically, but there is a difference. I can definitely see a difference from when I first started reselling to me reselling now. And I say all that to say this. Sometimes you have to evaluate your life, what you need, and make a change. I am a firm believer in financial freedom. I'm a firm believer in working for yourself. I'm a firm believer in all of those things. But I also had all of this motivation before I had a child. And no, that's not a bad thing. I don't want nobody to get that last statement wrong at all. But sometimes we have to use logic and common sense. And I would like to think that I am a smart individual when it comes to planning, especially when it comes to my future financially and setting certain goals in my life. So a few years back when I became a reseller, I was a single man. I was doing whatever I wanted to do. I was thriving off the $45,000 to $60,000 a year that I was making. No problems at all. And I still make around that for the most part. There hasn't been too much of a decline. Last year, I did go on a TV show that killed my eBay sales completely. My eBay store rebounded toward the end of the year. But again, 2023 hit and it just seems like eBay is being a little bit slow. I will use the word slow. eBay is just kind of slow, man. It's not jumping like it needs to be. Now, if I was a single man, eBay would be wonderful. I'm not complaining about eBay. I will never let it go. I will still continue to sell on eBay, but it can no longer be my full-time job. When I first started this reselling thing, if you've been following me for my beginning journeys, I've always told you that eBay is never the end goal, and it should never be somebody's end goal because it's a platform that has their own rules. They do what they want to do, and the fees have been going up slightly. Shipping has been going up slightly. There are so many more resellers than there were 2 years ago. That definitely hits the market. A lot of people are trying to jump into the same avenue. Obviously, it's gonna, affect the market as a whole. So with that being said, I feel like I just need to take my chances somewhere outside of eBay as my full-time job. No, I'm not giving up on eBay, but I am having a full eBay inventory sale this weekend at a yard sale. I'm gonna bring like probably 90% of my eBay inventory out here and just to see if I can move a lot of that stuff. I do have another career in mind that I think I wanna move forward with. Like I said, I'm a planner. I'm not just going to give up on eBay and not plan. Also, I need you guys to remember that I sell on Amazon too. I send stuff into Amazon. I make money other ways. It's not just eBay. So eBay was the main source of income for the past probably 8 to 9 months, if I can be honest. But I never ever wanted eBay to be the main source of my income. I had so many goals, so many dreams, so many things that I wanted to do and so many things that I wanted to accomplish that now a lot of those things just aren't reasonable because again, I have a whole child now. So I really have to think about my child and my child's future. So really I have to put him first. So there's a lot of things that I have to sacrifice now just to make sure that when he turns 7, 8, 9, starts going to school and start wanting a lot of things and schooling starts to become, I don't want to say a problem, but when finances for him start to become a problem. I want to be prepared for that. Just the past few years, if I could be completely honest, haven't been really up to par as the money that I was making when I was living in Greenville, South Carolina. As we know, Greenville, South Carolina is a completely different market from where I live now. There's not many stores where I live now, and then you have to think about the gas, the mileage, and where I have to travel to go get the inventory now. In Greenville, I can get inventory right down the street all day, every day. There's 55 Goodwill, 17 Walmarts, 17,000 bin stores, but it's completely different up here. Bin stores are starting to come, but at the same time, it's like I have to drive at least an hour to wherever they are. Hour there, hour back, 45 minutes there, 45 minutes back. That's wear and tear on your car. That's gas you have to spend. But I'm not complaining about any of that because you make so much money that you can make up for that. But I don't know, man. I think I was spoiled in Greenville. I think just being able to have access to wherever I wanted, whenever I wanted, man, there was not a day that I didn't leave my house and know I can go out and make over $200 in reselling. And it's not like that anymore. And I am a believer in you can make a way anyway, but I just haven't been as motivated to just to get in my car every single day. It's hard getting in my car and just leaving my son for periods at a time. Right now in the stage, especially this last year, I wanted to see him grow. So even me like doing work, it was hard for me just to go downstairs and just list for hours and hours on end, knowing my son was upstairs. Like, I don't know, building that bond with him was very important to me this past year. So I definitely neglected my eBay store because of that, which I am not complaining about. I would do it 1,000 times fold. The time that I got to spend with my son was just amazing, seeing him grow, seeing him just do all these different things. But I neglected my eBay store, and I shouldn't have done that. But I don't care because I worked so hard in my business the first 4 or 5 years. I had a nice little nest egg where I can just relax a little bit and actually enjoy this time. But now the nest egg is coming to an end. Not an end, but it's getting low, low, low. And I don't want that to happen. I need to make sure that I keep building and building and building so that my son actually has a future. If he wants to go to college, I need to be able to have that for him. If he wants to be able to be a rocket scientist, I don't know. If he wants to be able to play ball, playing ball is an expensive sport. Any sports that he wants to commit to, maybe, I'm gonna have to pay for that financially, and it's expensive. But luckily, I am completely debt free, and there's a lot of things I don't have to worry about. But I am starting to think about him. So with me thinking about that, I feel like I'm already $100,000 in debt. So I feel like I need to change a career. Your boy's about to get a job. And when I say about to get a job, I am about to put my head down for 3 years and build an empire out of this job. This next year is probably going to be one of the roughest. I'm not going to say next year, but next year and a half, because I plan on really getting into this job within the next 4 or 5 months. So yeah, it's gonna be a crazy transition. No, I'm not giving up reselling. No, I'm not saying eBay sucks, but I am officially giving up eBay full time. And I think I'm gonna go into this career that I've always wanted to get into. I've always wanted to take that plunge. I think I'm so motivated to do it. And I think financially for me, in 5 years, I'm gonna have so much money to be able to really invest in this reselling game. I'm not stopping reselling. I will still be sending stuff in Amazon. I'll still be listing, but it's not gonna be my focal point in my life over the next year and probably 3 years or so. But I'm not gonna spoil exactly what that is, but I just wanna say that eBay for me, man, it's not fun no more, man. It's time for me to give it up. And when something's not fun, I gotta give it up, man. There's also been a lot of stuff that's going on in my life behind the scenes that's making eBay bad for me. There's a lot of places that I have been investing my time, people I've been investing with, and it's just like, it's becoming a headache, man. It feels like everything I touch turns to crap, man, somehow, some way or another. Just even with like this YouTube journey thing too, when it comes like the YouTube and reselling, even like, that's why I don't even like collaborate with anybody really when it comes to like YouTube's resellers. There's just a lot of fakeness out there, man, and people aren't who they say they are. People will steal your ideas and use them for your own. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's really crazy out there, man. Yeah, the reselling game it probably is draining. And I know I don't need like the reseller community or anything like that. And when I say that, I mean like YouTubers. Like that's what I mean. The reselling community is great, but there's certain people like in the community who's just toxic. And I can be toxic too. So that's why I just fall back, because I don't want to continue, because eventually I would call these people out on their BS and start naming people, and I ain't got time for that, because I'm not here to promote negativity, man. I started my YouTube channel to start showing people that you can make money no matter what your situation is. Somewhere along the line, it got twisted into, I don't know, don't even want to make videos anymore, not even confident in myself anymore. It got toxic. So I just kind of fell back. Not even in nobody's chats no more, but that's a whole nother story. This is really about eBay. I might go live and just discuss all that one night and just get all that off my chest too. But a lot of stuff is just not worth it no more. I have a whole family that I really need to take care of. My son is the most important thing in my life right now. So with that being said, I think that my next transition, it will be great for him, just like me going on the show. I think that was a wonderful, positive experience. I probably made more money off the show than I can probably ever make again in my life. And that's just not with what they paid me. There was so much that came from the show behind the scenes, That's just even with like YouTube. When I started my YouTube journey, there was so much that came behind the scenes that I don't even talk about, like sponsorships that we get and deals and stuff that we get with people. It's just so crazy that the things that come about just by becoming a YouTuber or becoming a reseller or whatever. But at some point in time, there's always transition. Maybe it's a bad thing for me. I grew up in the military. Every 3 years, I was always on the move. I've always changed jobs every few so often. I've had so many great jobs. I was just a general manager where I was making, not a general, I'm sorry, that was a complete lie. I was an associates manager on the path to becoming a general manager, but I was making close to 60 grand a year. Easily. I probably would be making like 70 something K right now if I would have stayed at that job. But it's not even about the jobs, man. It's not even about none of that. It's about the freedom to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. And right now, I want to be able to plan for my future, man. That's what it's always been about for me. I'm 40 years old right now. When I am 50 years old, I want to be able to do whatever I want to do. So I have to bust my butt right now. That's what I'm going to do. I came home from prison and I was working 3 jobs at one point. 3 jobs. Get off a job, go to a job, get off a job, go to a job. Get off that job, go sleep 2-3 hours, get up and go hustle again. So for me, it's all about making money, man. And a lot of people may not feel that. A lot of people may say, it's not worth it. But for me, I feel like it is. I feel like I need to bust my butt right now. I need to work like nobody else. So in 10, 15 years, I can work like nobody else. And that's like chilling on the beach or whatever I want to do. Shout out to Dave Ramsey, man. I just feel like we don't take advantage of the years that we have right now. eBay is a retirement job, I feel like. eBay is something I should do probably, again, 5 years down the road. I don't feel like I can obtain 100 grand a year doing eBay in the next 2 or 3 years. But there are some other things out there I feel like I can go do and be making 100 plus grand and then save at least 50 grand a year over the next maybe 2 or 3 years, possibly come out with 80 grand realistically in the next 5 years and be able to use that 80 grand to work for me, invest that 20 grand and then start becoming a reseller then. Because then I can live off that 45 grand that I'm currently living off of as a reseller. And that's me being completely honest. If I just think about just eBay, Amazon, that's not YouTube, that's not my Prison2Profit merch that you need to go cop, link is in the description. That's not sponsorships, that's not affiliate links, that's not none of that. Strictly off reselling, I average around 48 to 59 grand every year that I've been doing it. And I don't go as hard as a lot of people do. And that's on me. I feel like if I go a little bit harder, I can go out there and I can kill it and I can make 80 to 90 grand. But man, that's so much that goes into it, man. There's so much work behind the scenes. All the listing, I hate listing. Shipping, I don't mind shipping out, but listing, having the inventory here, and then you have to figure out about like, where am I going to keep the inventory? I just invested in a warehouse, but I don't have really all the space in the warehouse right now. So maybe it's something I will put all my inventory that I have now. Again, it's not like I'm going to completely quit reselling. I'm not saying buy the reselling. It's just something that I feel like I can make that transition. And there's so much noise going on outside now that I feel like, you know, that may be ruining the video. But it's outside, we're nature, and it's probably the same guys who killed my sunflower. Some people were chopping down trees and they chopped down my sunflower. I'm so mad about that. I've grown a little garden and I think it's pretty dope. Matter of fact, let's go check it out. Maybe it's not as noisy back there. So yeah, here in my wonderful garden, the sun is shining on me bright. Look how me shining. But this is one of my beautiful sunflowers. And then I have another one that got damaged. You see what they did to my baby. I am highly upset about that. So I tried to plant it and put some tape on it, but we'll see what happens. I don't know if it will come back, but plants are really resilient, and I don't know how this just turned into a whole planting channel. I thought about starting a gardening channel, which I might do that next year, next gardening season. I have to make sure that I master how to do all this stuff, but got some pretty dope zucchini, man. That zucchini is like pretty big. But anyways, now I'm rambling about all kinds of other stuff. I just wanted to let you guys know that all the sourcing videos and stuff that you've been seeing me do, you probably won't see those as much as we transition into 2024, unless the other career doesn't work out. And then obviously you'll see me be a reseller still. But as of right now, eBay is done, man. I'm just pretty much done with eBay. I hate it to be this way, but it is what it is, man. I gotta focus on my son. You know, I gotta think about Izzy when she gets older. You know, there's a lot of factors into a lot of my thinking right now. Yeah. And I'm not gonna be one of those reselling gurus and tell you, hey, you know, I can come out here and make $100,000 reselling. I can, but right now, man, with my state of mind, I just can't. I feel like I need to take a step back, continue to make money in reselling. If I could be honest, I can probably project 2024, I'll probably make like 30 grand in reselling. And that's because I'll be doing the bare minimum in reselling. I'm talking about the bare minimum in reselling. But 2023, I'll probably kick it up towards the end of this year until I can, you know, save some money until we transition into the next steps. Because the next steps, I think, is going to be major, man. Major. It's going to be another difficult decision. A lot of people will probably talk crap about whatever I'm about to get into next, but it is what it is. We are all different human beings. We all live different lives. And for me, I feel like I need to make a whole complete just 360 on my life. Well, not even the 360. I just need to do a 180 because I don't want to end up hating myself, man. When I'm 55, I don't want to live with any regret. So I am so happy that I went from, you know, a piece of crap prisoner, coming home, getting a job, becoming a server, making great money. I was making like 60K as a server. I quit that, became a manager where I was only making like 40K. Then that got bumped up to like 55K on average. Then after that, transitioned into making what? Another 70K. I think one of my top years, I made like almost 100K and having like 3 jobs, just everything that I was doing combined. You know, then we moved to Michigan and that dropped this year. But last year we made probably around 60K-ish. This year we're probably on track. We're probably only gonna make like 43 this year, if I could be honest with that. But it is what it is. Yeah, so I'm trying to jump up into the 70s and 80s consistently over the course of the next 5 years consistently. I figure by the time I'm 48, I can jump back into, you know, self-employment full-time. And then, you know, maybe I'll make a video saying, hey, I'm back on eBay full-time, or guess what, I did this, or guess what, I did that, or guess what, I opened me a store finally, or guess what, I finally did whatever. Who knows, man? But for me, eBay is done, man. And yeah, that's it. So make sure that you bless somebody today, because I promise you I'm gonna bless somebody tomorrow. What do you think about me saying I'm done with eBay? I just think it's that time, man. No, I don't want to go back to work, but I am. What do you think that I'm about to go do? I want to know that too. What do you guys think my transition is about to become? What do you see me doing next? Let me know in the comment section, but make sure that you bless somebody today, because I promise you I'm gonna bless somebody tomorrow. At this point in time, your boy Tay. Who knows when I'll see you again? Probably in a few days. I'll see you in a few days. I'm out.